Enroute to Kitgum now. We just crossed the Karuma Falls Dam. Oh gosh, there's so many children coming from school, going back home, and all the little ones running into the road. Anyway, why is this such a big deal for me? Imagine right now I'm going to the village and I've barely told anyone. I've not made any plans, sleeping arrangements. All I did was ask my cousin to find a home for me to stay at. Of course, he sounded stressed when I told him that, so I guess he's thinking, where are we going to put this Kampalan actually, to sleep? In whose heart is she going to sleep? And he tried to say in the training center there is another relative of ours who has accommodation. And I said, if it's not her house, I don't want to go there. So anyway, this morning he called to say I will go and stay with him, which is quite nice because I want to get the full experience. But also, I want to be able to connect with them at that level so that, we're able to share more intimately. You don't understand, guys, how it feels to be on this road for the first time and just feel nice and peaceful and happy that, I'm going home. Normally, we are sad, or, I've been to Gulu a few times for work, but Gulu is cool. Gulu is funky. It's like such a city. So that was always easier. Regardless of what we're going to do, it was easier. Kitgum was a difficult one. Also knowing that we could only stay in a hotel. So, yes, this is my update so far. Another reason why this trip is so important is for my children. They obviously have never been to my village. They don't know where it is. Although we came to Gulu to watch the eclipse a few years back with a friend and her daughter. But they don't know very much about where their mom comes from. They know she's an Acholi, and that's about it. So this trip is also for them. So that once, I know we have a home, I know we have relatives that we can go and visit, then I'll bring them before the end of this year, probably in the December holiday. Maybe even before that, who knows. But right now, it's really for me to go and set the foundation for them, because I think it's very, very critical. And I mean, I've always known that our heritage is so important to each and every one of us, but it's one thing knowing it, and it's another thing actually getting up and doing something about the fact that we don't know. So this, in a big way, is going to give them a grounding. It lays a good foundation for their lives. It gives them a sense of belonging, because you can imagine, we'll know our people, we'll know our heritage and our culture. And when we know our culture, then now that I understand a few things, really very, very few, because this has been a very short time since I started. But listening to some of the stories that have been shared by some of the elders I've been in touch with, just brought back so many fond memories, and also made me understand why, my mom did certain things, why she said certain things to us. And it was quite nostalgic hearing, from another person what she used to say that I obviously wanted to disregard immediately. So I want the same for my children, set a good foundation for them. So while the trip is for me, on a much larger scale, it's for my children, but also for my friends who are in the same situation as I am. I work with a gentleman, his name is Kevin. So yesterday, while I was making a final arrangements for this trip, he walked into the office, and I was like, oh, guess what? I'm going to Kitgum. And he asked, to do what? And it was quite interesting. listening to another person who is worse off than I am. So I asked, what kind of question is that? If I'm going to my village. So then he says, I don't know, I'm just wondering why you're going. So I asked him, when was the last time you went to Kitgum? He said, never. And I was shocked. Never? He said, no, I've never been. His father lives probably in this area after Karuma Falls. But I thought, this is where their burial grounds are. This is home for them. When I asked where, if someone passed away, where do you bury? He said all the way in Kitgum. I said, so you've never buried anyone? He smiled and said no. And I understood it so well, because many times when we lost a relative, I would question, who is the relative? How much do I know them? Why should I get up and go? We'll send condolences and all, but not go. So Kevin's situation is my situation maybe 3 months ago. Okay, maybe a year ago, because I've kind of been warming up to this idea of going back, although I'd never actually, up and gone. So when I see Kevin, it's just funny. And I really, really hope that what I have started will help people like Kevin also reconnect with their roots, because it really serves no purpose for us to live in Kampala, and while all our friends go off to their villages to visit or just take a break, take a chill with relatives, we are stuck in our homes, year in, year out. It's bound to take a toll on us. And for me, the way that then reflects in our lives is we're just lost. You're lost because you don't belong anywhere. And it's even worse when you're amongst people who have to go somewhere, go to their villages and speak about their cultures and things like that. So it's my absolute biggest hope that this will inspire another person to also go home. So I'll give another update when I'm on the other side, when I actually arrive. See you then. Bye.